Hey, anybody with a sixth grade education, literally, knows what the burden of proof is, right? Burden of proof. You make a claim, you got to back it up. Specifically, also, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. I was reading through some comments that people sent me emails on, and I noticed the thread, and this might be a really salty video. So, you make an extraordinary claim in a video about the new Sony a7 III or anything. You're going to have to provide at least some evidence, but there's no evidence for that because I know it doesn't exist. It's absolutely impossible. So, these are 3 exact quotes for you from one person, a really, really popular YouTube photography channel. You can guess which one it is. Okay? Now, I'll let you be the judge of how ignorant these quotes are, or are not. Response to another person. Exact quote. I will put the burden on you, the other person, to prove that the Sony sensor does not provide 2 times the image quality. So prove your argument. That's an exact quote, word for word. Second quote to another person who said the same thing. But someone says, actually he quoted the other person before, but to say the Sony sensor has 2 times the image quality, the XH1 or XT2, that's nonsense and it's misleading on many levels. And the exact response to that is, prove it then. It should be really easy. You see where I'm going with this? And thirdly, quote, the last quote, yes, 2.25 times the sensor size. With a newer sensor means probably, I love how I use at least the word probably this time, more than 2 times the image quality. I was being conservative, but please take some sample pictures and prove otherwise. Now let's see. You got nearly 1 million subscribers. You make a video. You make a claim. But you tell everybody that's saying, hey, that's not true. Well, you prove it. No, sir. You made the video. You made the claim. The burden of proof is on you, not the person commenting. Let me give you an exact example. Let me say to someone else, okay, I made a video, for example, and then I said in the video, I have leprechauns in my basement mining for gold. Yes. All right. I made a video saying, and people replied in my video, that's not true. You don't have leprechauns in your basement mining for gold. And then I were to say to these people who are incredulous at such nonsense that I made a claim thereof, no, the burden is on you to prove me wrong, that I don't have leprechauns in my basement mining for gold. Prove your argument. I would be definitionally a fool of the highest magnitude. Would I not? Exactly. I would be a fool. You see, I made the video, I made the claim that leprechauns are mining gold in my basement. I am absolutely 1000% certain, as a hardcore philosopher, metaphysician, and lover of Platonic logic and philosophia, the love of wisdom, that I would be wrong. That if I made a claim and then other people said I was full of it, and then I replied, no, you got to prove me wrong, that I don't have leprechauns in my basement mining for gold. You see how that works? Now, Mr. Popular YouTube Photography Channel, you see, this is specifically regarding beliefs and your ability to make a coherent statement of a claim which is extraordinary. That requires at least some evidences. Actually, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidences. Further still, however, you will never be able to prove that claim. I wish I had the camera right now. I'd post some test shots. I know it's absolutely impossible. It is not. You'll never be able to prove it because it is empirically incorrect. By the way, things that have nothing to do with sensor size are exposure, dynamic range, and photo site efficiency. Larger sensors only, and this is not always the case, like in the case of the Canon 5 DSR, have better high ISO low light performance, that has to do with the size of the eyeballs or photosites in the sensor. It has nothing to do with the sensor size itself. As I've already stated accurately, and there are sensors that exist like this. There is a sensor, I can't remember the exact model number, but it's a 2 megapixel Sony sensor. It's used for industrial purposes. It has huge ass eyeballs on the sensor. Fact! That sensor can do everything but see in 100% total darkness. I think the lux level required to get a decent image out of that sensor is something incredibly low. It's like 0. I forgot the exact number. I actually have a chart somewhere here. It's a tiny little sensor. It's only 2 megapixels. It's an industrial sensor. It has nothing to do with sensor size. Your 3 quotes to other people saying, "I'll put the burden of proof on you." That is the peak level of hubris, insanity, and ignorance, or in the Latin and Greek, agnosis. You make the claim, you make the video, but then you tell other people that say that, that's not right. That's just not right, sir. No, 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 the burden of proof lies on you to prove me wrong. No, girlfriend, you made the video. You made the claim. The burden of proof lies upon you. That is not my opinion. That is a hardcore fact. What you did in those 3 quotes is what we call a logical fallacy. Girlfriend, logical fallacy. Not only that, I mean, it's so beneath someone who even gets out of elementary school. Even someone in elementary school knows, like, hey, if I make a claim, I better back it up, You don't make a claim, especially if it's a really absurd claim, and then tell other people, no, 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 you got to prove me right or wrong. No, you made the claim. You are the same damn person that has to prove it. Additionally so, you never will, because I know that it's incorrect. And so do other people. What sort of break in mental continuity is going on there? We all make mistakes, but if you have a bunch of people that, no, you're wrong, and then you tell those people, no, you got to prove me wrong, doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way, honey baby. Does not. That level of ignorance is transcended even at the level of elementary school. Even as a toddler, my stupid peers, I know that if they made a crazy claim, they better prove it, They don't make a claim and then tell other people to prove them wrong or right. It doesn't work that way. Not even in a parallel universe does it work that way. Ugh. Stupid. Really stupid. Owned. O-W-N-E-D. Owned.